Greetings folks. So in this video tutorial we'll be learning about the AMBA AXI bus that stands for Advanced Extensible Interface. So it's generally used to connect peripherals and it actually provides a medium to connect two different type of devices. It's also used in the IoT devices, the SoCs, that's the system on chip, and the smartphone that we use in day-to-day life. So there are different types of buses depending on the utilization and what type of requirement the user wants. So you can also see we have different types. So we have the AHB bus, the APB bus, we have the AC, but the most widely used bus in the industry is the AXI bus. So it's very flexible to use. So it provides two different set of channels for read and write operations, and it also does not have strict timings. We can also control the flow inside it. So we'll just see what are the parameters that we have in Visual Sim on the AXI bus. So the first parameter that we have is the architecture name. So for using a bus we need an architecture setup block, and the name that's defined here should be same as in the architecture setup block. The other parameter is the bus name. So you can have different set of bus with different names, and then we have the axis speeds, that's in megahertz. So you can change the speed of the bus, and you have the cycle time. So you can also change the cycle time of sending the packets. Then we have the bus width. So you can also customly define what should be my bus width, and we have the read write threshold parameters. So these read write threshold parameters are the capacity to hold the read write packets on the bus. Then we have the master request threshold. So it's an array of 16 numbers. So we are currently using 16 masters. So each number in the array is assigned to a master, and it's the number of outstanding packets per master. Then we have the number of masters and the slaves you can change here, and we have the threshold trans. And so in this parameter, it's if you set it to true, then the flow control will be based on the transactions, and if you set it to false, then the flow control will be based on bytes. Then we have the arbitration. So we have the fixed priority arbitration, then the round robin arbitration. We also support custom arbitrations. So you can just add your files in the files for the custom arbitration and use in this. So next we have the slave speed. So in this we are using the same as the master, but it's actually used to synchronize the timing between the different types of slaves and bus. So it's not necessary always that the time synchronization will be same as we have a bus. So we can customly define for each slave. And we have next is the extra cycle. So in this it's used to provide custom overhead delays on the read and write request cycles, and the read data, etc. And the next we have the array of the slave that's are attached. So if you are attaching a RAM at the slave 1, so you have to rename this device 1 as the RAM, or the name of the RAM. So then we have the master first word flag. So in this what will happen when it will set true, so then the axis will send the first word of the data, means whenever the master receives the data from the slave, and when it's set to false, then the last word of the request data is sent to the master. Next we have the master throttle enable. So it enables the flow control between the master device and the AXI master. And similarly for the slave throttle, so we can individually enable the flow control between the slave and the slave devices. Next we have the debug parameter. So when you set it to true, you can actually see what's happening inside the bus. You can see the data packets and the flow of the data when it's going to the master, when it's coming from the slave, and this is the terminal that you have to use. So you can just add the text display here to see what's going actually inside the bus. Next parameter that we have the custom arbiter file and the custom arbiter path. So I told you earlier that we can also have an option of adding custom arbitration. So you can just file name and the path you can add and just use it. Then we have a set of 8 arrays, and each array contains an array of 16 numbers. So each number is assigned to a master, represents the priority of a master. So if you say 1 2 3 it's the priority, then the first master it will be of higher priority, then the second master will be a higher priority, and each array of these 16 numbers represent to a slave. So like this array is for the first slave, then we have the second array of for the second slave. So you can just change the array for changing the priority of the masters. Then we again have the slave first word flag. So like we have the master first word flag, then similarly we have the slave first word flag. Then we have the ports to plot. So these are for debugging, so we can also generate a GNU plot using this, and you can also assign a power manager to it so that you can see what how much power it's consuming. And this enable plot is enabling the plots for the GNU plot. So that was a short description of the parameters that we are using here. So pretty much we have all the parameters that an Axie master should have. And now I'll see how we can start building a basic model with this bus.